Good evening, everybody. As you are aware that AMA is very dynamic in conducting so many programs which are related to the general public. And AMA has conducted 3 sessions on youth, starting from the Raj Mehta, followed by the Lipi Goyal, and today's event in remembrance of the Dr. Vikram Sarabhai on his 103rd birthday or birth anniversary, and keeping International Youth Day in mind. Both these days were on 12th of August. So yesterday, as you know, it was an International Youth Day, and we have conducted a 3-day series, and today is the 3rd speaker in front of us. I would like to introduce the speaker to you. Mr. Anantkrishna Shastri is a great grandson of Sri Param Pujya Sri Krishna Kumar Shastri ji, currently pursuing Bachelor of Education, B.Ed from Sri Bhagwat Vidyapit Trust, B.Ed College, which is affiliated to the Somnath Sanskrit University. He was invited as a guest speaker at World Hindu Conference organized by the Vishwa Hindu Parishad of America at Chicago in September 2008. Mr. Anantkrishnan featured on one of the popular newspaper of India, that is Divya Bhaskar, and that interview was taken by one of the well-known journalists of Gujarat for contribution towards the upliftment of the Vedic culture, which was in January 2011. He organized open for all Bhagavad Gita learning session for youth during the COVID-19 pandemic. He also started doing Bhagavad Katha in June 2021 as a 4th generation of Sri Krishna Kumar Shastri ji, and explained the Bhagavad Katha in a scientific way to connect with the youth. Mr. Anantkrishna also received the Bhagavad Ratna Award in the 6th International Conference on Indian Vedic Culture and Astrology held at the Jabalpur for contribution in the upliftment of the Vedic Center. He also performed Bhagavad Katha on Astha channel to spread the knowledge of Indian culture among the modern youth. Went to USA in December 2021 to make the Indian youth aware about the Indian culture. He was also offered to record the broadcast on Bhagavad Gita from Jalso radio station. Name of the broadcast was Krishna's Manual. He has a belief in the quote that Niramayam Pratham Sukham. True happiness is good health. Keeping in mind the importance of good health, has completed running 3 half marathons also. Mr. Anantkrishnan is one of the major belief to speak in English when wearing a dhoti and to speak in Sanskrit while wearing a jeans. So just after this introduction, I would just brief you about today's program also. After this introduction, I will request Mr. Anantkrishnan to start his talk, which will go up to 7:30. Then 7:30 to 7:45 we will have a question answer session. So I request you to collect your question or keep your questions ready so that we can get maximum benefit of Mr. Anantkrishna Shastri. And then after vote of thanks we will disperse. But one thing I would like to do, everybody has got on their chair the feedback form, which is very much necessary for us. So I request that at the end you please fill up the feedback form about today's program and submit to me. Thank you. Now I request Mr. Anant Kumar Shastri to take over. Thank you. Please.
Murkham karoti vidvansam nastikam chastikam muda yatkaryam tamaham vande Krishna Shankara Shastrinam Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Very good evening to all. રક્ષાબંધનમાં મીઠાઈઓ નથી ખાધી? બસ આવું કરવાનું. વેરી ગુડ ઇવનિંગ ટુ ઓલ. ધેટ્સ ધ સ્પિરિટ. ગઈકાલે ઇન્ટરનેશનલ યુથ ડે હતો અને આજે આપણે ચર્ચા કરવાના છે અર્જુનજી વિશે. તો સ્પિરિટ લાવો યાર. વેરી ગુડ ઇવનિંગ ટુ ઓલ. યા, ધેટ્સ ઓસમ. Arjun. In Bhagavad Gita, in the Vibhuti Yoga, Shri Krishna says, Vrushnenam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjayah Muninamapyaham Vyasah Kavinamashuna Kavihi. In the 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Its name is Vibhuti Yoga. In that particular chapter, Shri Krishna discusses with Arjun about his own glories. Which glories? Like in seasons, which season signifies Krishna's presence or Krishna's element. Among the mountains, among the bird, among the animal, among the god, among the demon also, among the mountain, among the river, which signifies Krishna's spirit. So, Krishna tells to Arjuna that Arjun, among the Vrushni Vamsh, among the Vrushni Kul, I myself am Vasudev. Among the Pandavas, I am Arjun. Among the Rishis, I am Vedavyas. And among the poets, I am Shukracharya. So the main thing is, among Pandavas, I am Arjun. This Krishna tells to Arjun when Arjun is in dejection and is not able to fight or gain the confidence to fight the war. Arjuna himself in his whole life has lived like a youth. You must have seen the serials or must have gone through the videos. But one thing which you will find that Arjun has always lived his life as a youth. Always like a youth. Bhishma Pitama, he was the grandfather, great-grandfather, still he was like on the deathbed after some time. But Arjun, the only moment when he felt like leaving or when his time had come to an end was during the Swargarohan Parva. Otherwise, in every Parva of Mahabharata, Arjun had lived like a youth. He is a true youth icon. In the Mangalacharan Shlok, Vedvyasji tells, Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam. First I bow down to Lord Narayan, Shri Krishna, then Narottamam. Nar plus Uttamam is equal to Narottamam, which means who is the ultimate, who is the most perfect, who is the best human being on earth till now? Arjun. Narottamam. So Arjun is not only an awesome youth, he is a true human being. And why do we feel affectionate towards Krishna and Arjun? Though Krishna was having superpowers, though Arjun was having divine weapons, but still they had lived life like normal human beings. So we get attached or we feel likeliness towards Arjun. Karna, Duryodhan was so much lucky. He had Lord Shiva and Lord Surya on his side. How come? Lord Surya through Karna and Lord Shiva through Ashwathama. And Arjun, like Karna was gifted with Kavach and Kundal, but Arjun, he was not gifted with anything like a normal human being. But he was gifted with power of practice, power of hard work. Because of his hard work, he had won the war. So, as human beings and as youth, what is the main thing which we have in common? That is our likeliness towards our work, our hard work, and grace of God. That is only needed, nothing else. Whole of Mahabharata, the main fighting sequence which all the reader wait for was of Karna and Arjun. The 99 warriors were killed by Bhim and other left, the other warriors which were left, they were majorly killed by Arjun. Karna was killed by Arjun, Jayadratha was killed by Arjun. So everybody was waiting for Krishna and Arjun's fight. And everybody likes the reason behind Arjun's success. I have mentioned earlier that why Arjun won the war? Because he himself was Krishna. How come? In Srimad Bhagavatam, 24 avatars are mentioned of Krishna. One of avatar is Nar Narayan. Nar and Narayan. So who is Nar? Nar is Arjun and Narayan is Krishna. So Arjun himself was a divine being. Secondly, when Bhishma discusses about Raj Dharma, Apad Dharma during the end of the war with Yudhishthir, he tells to Yudhishthir that Nar and Narayan residing in Badrik Ashram, they have descended on earth as Arjuna and Krishna. Before I begin to discuss the main qualities of Arjuna, I will tell one major thing or major important note about Mahabharata and about Pandav family. In the starting of Mahabharata, Ved Vyas ji tells Yudhishthiro dharmamayo mahadrumaha skandorjuno bhimasenosya shakha madri suto pushpafale samruddhe moolam krishno brahmacha brahmanascha. So Yudhishthir, he is the ethicsful great tree. Now the youthfulness of Arjun begins. Yudhishthir is the ethicsful great tree. Yudhishthiro dharmamayo mahadrumaha. Then comes Bhim. Bhim, branches. Nakul, flowers. Sahadev, fruits. Draupadi, leaves. And Arjun, what does Arjun signify? Trunk. Arjun is the trunk of the ethicsful great tree. Without trunk, the tree is not able to stand. The tree will fall down. If leaves would not be there, it would be nice. A tree can still survive. Flowers and fruits, if they go away, still a tree can survive. Branches, if they go away, still a tree can survive. But if a trunk, if the trunk falls down, the tree is completely vanished without a single minute. So Arjun is the trunk. And why Arjun is the trunk? Because Arjun himself is first of all almighty, and trunk is one of the major part of tree which holds and binds the whole tree together from up and down. Krishna, Vedas and Brahmanas. Brahman scriptures and all the Brahmins, they are the roots. Now, how has Arjun played a youthful role in whole of Mahabharata? And because of Arjun's youthfulness only, Pandavas had won the war before it had started only. First thing about Dronacharya. Dronacharya was teaching to Kauravas and Pandavas. Still, Dronacharya was inclined more towards Arjuna. I'll tell you one incident about Ramayana also. In Ramayana, Lord Ram tells to Lakshman, Lakshman, go and make Shurpanakha a student. Indirect meaning of cutting the nose is go make her a student. Because she had lot of ignorance in herself, Shurpankha. So what is the first thing required for a youth and for a student is to be positively empty-minded. Positively empty-minded. Then only we can grab knowledge. Dronacharya was so much inclined towards Arjun that because of Dronacharya's grace, Arjun got the side of Krishna, and Duryodhan was also the student of Dronacharya. Still, Duryodhan had to go into hell, and Arjun went to live with Krishna in Badrinath. Same guru, same teacher, different students. So what is the major quality of Arjun? Positive empty-mindedness. One more example, Dronacharya's own son Ashwathama, and another student was Arjun. After Mahabharat war had finished, at that time Ashwathama leaves the Brahmastra. Arjun also leaves Brahmastra, but only Arjun knew how to take the Brahmastra arrow back. Ashwathama did not knew this. Same teacher, different students, and same blood. But Arjun won the opportunity. Why? Because he was a true student, true youth towards his teacher. That's why Dronacharya gave more secret knowledge to Arjun. All the Kauravas and Pandavas, Bhim was excelling in mace fighting, Yudhishthir, Nakul and Sahadev in the respective weapons, but Arjun, he was excellent in all the weapons, in using all the weapons. Why? He was a youthful student. He did not have ego or grudges towards his teacher. In the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Dronacharya, Kauravas and Pandavas, they both are on different sides. Once again, same teacher, Dronacharya, and his student Duryodhan. Duryodhan tells to his teacher, come on Dronacharya, which kind of army, which kind of leader have you created? We will definitely lose the war. And on the other side, Arjun tells to Krishna, Krishna, I cannot fight with my teacher. He has taught me how to fight. He has taught me to use the weapons. Once again, same teacher, but different opinions. So, what are the main characteristics of a student and a youth basically? First thing is surrenderance towards the teacher or wherever you are studying. Second thing is belief. Surrenderance, belief, and practice towards the subject which you are studying. Arjun had these three basic qualities. That's why he used to win every time without help of any divine weapon. When Arjun kills Karna, while Karna is taking out his chariot, Arjun at that time does not use Pashupatastra or Agneastra. He uses truth as a weapon. Why? Because he has stayed truthful for his whole life. So Arjun was truthful. He always used to surrender himself to his teacher. You go to workplace, we have to be enthusiastic. We have to surrender ourselves to our teacher, our boss, our colleagues or our subject for which we are working. Bhishma. So Dronacharya gave secret knowledge to Arjun and all the Pandavas, and Pandavas won the war. The major role was played by Arjun only. Second is Bhishma. Bhishma, while fighting the war, Duryodhan comes to know that Bhishma is not fighting up to his full potential. Why? Because of attachment with Arjun. So Pandavas, they got saved from Kauravas, and a major Atirathi, Bhishma. Because of Arjun, Krishna was with Pandavas. If Arjun had not gone to Dwarka to ask about Narayan's help, and instead, if he would have asked about Narayani's Sena, then today history would have been different. Panchala army, Drupad's army, that was also won by Arjuna, and because of that, Panchal, Drupad king, he got interested in Arjun. In the Swayamvar, or the fish mechanism place, here also one awesome quality of Arjun is depicted. Over there, Pandavas had won the hand of Draupadi only because of Arjun. Every other warrior they had gone but could not hit the target. Why Arjun could hit the target? All the other warriors, they go, they directly pick up their bow and hit the target, but do not succeed. Why Arjun succeeded? Because Arjun goes, he bows down to Almighty, remembers his Guru, his Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. First of all, touches the bow. It itself is a gift of Almighty, and then picks up and hits the target. Once again, surrenderance in every major situation. Jarasandh was defeated, and that plan was also executed by Arjun. Arjun had married Subhadra, and because of that, Krishna, Balaram, Satyaki and all the other warriors, they took the side of Pandavas. This is also one major secret of Pandavas' victory. There are many such examples why Arjun has lived his life like a major trunk. Now let's understand in brief the major characters of Mahabharata and begin further. So Mahabharata is basically a story of conflict to peace. Ethics versus ego. Ethics and company, Yudhishthira and company. Ego and company, Duryodhana and company. Vision, Vedvyas. Wisdom, Krishna. Ethics, moral values, dharma, that is represented by Yudhishthira. Energy, Bhim. Excellence, Arjun. Economy, Nakul. Ecology, Sahdev. Effectiveness, Abhimanyu. Now who is Abhimanyu? Abhimanyu. Arjun plus Bhim plus Madra, that is Sahdev, son of Madri. Nakul plus Yudhishthir. So Abhimanyu had powers of all the 5 Pandavas. So Abhimanyu is effectiveness. Efficiency, Ghatotkach. Enlightenment, Draupadi. Purity, Panduraj. Beauty, Kunti. Reflection, Rukmi. Neutrality, Balaram. His birthday was yesterday only, Shravan Krishna Pratipada. Now comes ego and company. This was about ethics and company. Now comes ego and company. Blindness, Dhritarashtra. Non-seeing, Gandhari. Now, Dhritarashtra represents which kind of blindness? Infatuation. In Hindi we call moh, moh-andh. That is why the first shloka of Bhagavad Gita, that is spoken by Dhritarashtra, and he says, Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre samaveta yutsavah mamakaha pandavaschaiva kim akurvata sanjaya. My kids and the Pandavas. This Uttarpad of this first shlok itself describes blindness of Dhritarashtra, Mohand. Though Gandhari was able to see, but still she did not see, non-seeing Gandhari. Wickedness, Shakuni. Ego, Duryodhan. Excess, Dushasan. Now just look at the first letter, Duryodhan, Dushasan. Wrong ruling and wrongdoing. 100 desires or 100 wants, 100 Kaurav brothers. Commitment, Bhishma. Mastery, Dronacharya. Compassion, Krupacharya. Strength, Shalya. Anger, Ashwathama, because he himself is an incarnation of Lord Rudra. Estrangement, everyone's hidden favorite character, Karna. Estrangement is represented by Karna. So Arjun represents excellence. So major quality of youth should be excellence. In Mahabharata, when all the Pandav warriors, they had gone for exile, and 1 year of incognito it had to be followed. During that time, when that period was getting over, Uttar Kumar, the son of King Virat, he asks the 10 names to Arjun. And Arjun tells his 10 names. These 10 names give so much youthful qualities, knowledge of youthful qualities to us. Which are these 10 names of Arjun? Arjuna Falguno Jishnuhu Kiriti Shvetavahanaha Bibhatsur Vijaya Krishnaha Savyasachi Dhananjaya. First qualities, first name is Arjun. Second name is Falgun. Third name is Jishnu. Fourth name is Kiriti. Fifth name is Shvetavahan. Sixth name is Bibhatsu. Seventh name is Vijay. Eighth name is Krishna. Ninth name is Savyasachi. And 10th name is Dhananjay. We'll discuss just simple meaning of all these 10 names and the youthful quality hidden in those 10 names. So Arjun, what is the meaning of Arjun? Arjun tells this to Uttar Kumar. Uttar Kumar, in this world, in all the 4 directions, till the oceans, there is no one who is bright like me. I practice equality and equity towards every single being. I carry out and perform works of purity. Thus people call me Arjun. So Arjun means bright, straight, equal to all and pure. That is the meaning of Arjun. Now comes its discussion with the youth. These days, Arjun tells that in all the four directions, no one is as powerful as me. He's not showing ego like Duryodhan. He's telling his own qualities, his inner confident qualities. He is not showing overconfidence to Uttar Kumar that I am the best warrior in the whole world. So the lesson for the youth over here is to be confident like Arjun. And what is the sign that Arjun was a very pure being? Just go through Mahabharata and you will find that Krishna was the best friend, guide, mentor, teacher of Arjun. Krishna is the supreme consciousness, highly pure being, and he was inclined towards Arjun's well-being. So Arjun is confident. So major thing for youth is to be confident. Then how to be confident? By giving positive affirmations to yourself. I can do it. I can, I will. Just positive energy can make you win any single war in your life. These days, war takes place not only on battlefield, but in our own mind, with our own self, sometimes in offices, in colleges, in schools. Every single place war takes place. First war which takes place is between ourselves. And one of the name of Arjun is Anasuya, who is not jealous. Arjun was never jealous of anybody. He used to focus on himself only. So to be confident, focus on yourself and focus on not rubbing another person's line, but in increasing your own line. That is the quality of Arjun. He is confident always and he is practicing all the time. The other name is Falgun. In astrology, there are many nakshatras. Vishakha nakshatra, Revati nakshatra, Rohini nakshatra, Falgun nakshatra. One of the nakshatras' name is Falgun nakshatra. So Arjun tells to Uttar Kumar that I was born on Himalaya mountain during the time of Uttar Falgun nakshatra. That's why my other name is Falgun, Falguni star. Just imagine, Arjun's qualities are being compared to an astrological sign. This is the power of Arjun. Brightness, rays, scale, direction of star is fixed. Arjun shines because of his inner brightness. So he is compared with the nakshatra itself. Now, how to shine out like a star? There are two answers to this, two major answers. First is, Krishna himself teaches to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. First is, Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyah. Just be as you are. In that video, youth video, I had given this message only. Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyah. Just be as you are. Focus on your favorite subject. In the 12th chapter of Gita also, Shri Krishna tells, Yo narushyati nadveshti nashochati nakangshati shubha shubha parityagi bhakti manyah same priyah. Why Arjun excels and shines out like a star? Because Krishna tells, Yo narushyati nadveshti. Krishna tells that Arjun, I like that person who never shows ego after achieving success, or never goes into depression after a failure. Yo narushyati na dveshti, na shochati na kankshati. I like that person who does not crave much. See, craving is sometimes required to achieve results, but excess craving, or if the craving or the result is not achieved, then if that person becomes stressed, that is not liked by Krishna. So the one who stays stable, yo narushati na dveshti, na shochati na kankshati. Shubha shubha parityagi bhakti manyaha same priyaha. The one who abandons likeliness and unlikeliness and goes beyond both of them. I like that person, Arjun. And Arjun has this quality. It means, simply it means, whenever you go in college and if a teacher starts teaching maths, one student will say, oh my God, such a boring subject, maths. Other student like Arjun will say, wow, maths, I'll have loads of fun while studying mathematics. So the one who kept grudges, that student will fail, will get less marks, and will have to live in a very depressed situation among the family members. While the other student who did not keep any grudges, who was enthusiastic like Arjun, who wanted to study, who wanted to know, will excel like Arjun. So Arjun has this quality. So Arjun, by being pure, signifies that he lives in a state of positive emptiness. In Zen philosophy also, emptiness is taught. And emptiness is focused more. Once a German scholar had gone to Raman Maharshi. The German scholar told that I have come here to learn from you. Raman Maharshi said, you have come to a very wrong place. I teach unlearning to my students. If you want to go, you can go, but come here to unlearn everything. To just take away all the negative impressions, all the grudges, negative qualities, bad enemies residing in you, just take away. Arjun has this. That's why he is able to succeed and able to shine like Falgun star. So Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya, just be as you are, just be as much pure as you can be, just be as much positive, empty you can be. That is required. Second thing is Swakaramanatam Abhyarchya Siddhim Vindati Manavha. Now comes a major thing. Youth have a problem that they aren't able to succeed in all the subjects. It's fine. No one can do everything, but everyone can do something. So Krishna here tells Swakaramanatam Abhyarchya Siddhim Vindati Manavaha. The only way to do great work, Arjun, is to love what you do, or just do what you love, Arjun. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you follow what lights you up, you will light up the whole world without even trying. So instead, do the work which you like, or just convince thyself that I like all the subjects in life. Then you will succeed. Then you will shine bright like Falgun star. Third name of Arjun is Jishnu. Arjun tells to Uttar Kumar that it is not possible to stop me, hold me, or win me. I am the son of Indra and is always winning in every war. Therefore, amongst divine and human beings, I am called as Jishnu. Here, a winning attitude of Arjun is being given by Ved Vyasji. Now, how to have a winning attitude? First thing which is required is proper planning. If you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. As simple as that. Why Krishna had blessed all the Pandavas with 12 years of exile? To plan for the success of war. Duryodhan had lost everything, had lost all the major powers during the exile period because he was in ego, he was in excitement. While Arjun, he had gained divine weapons from all the deities and Pashupatasra, the most terrible weapon from Lord Shivji. This is planning. Arjun was a very good planner. Planning is necessary to win the war. Plan and execution. So if you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. There are many major names also. 10 major names are there. One of the name of Arjun is Savyasachi. Yesterday was International Youth Day and today is today is Left-Handers Day. Savyasachi, what is the meaning of Savyasachi? Arjun tells to Uttar Kumar that I am equally skillful and capable with both my right and left hand in using my bow, Gandiv bow, and using arrows and arms. I am both right and left-handed in works, skills, application and mastery. So Arjun was left-handed and right-handed both. Savyasachi. Besides that, Arjun was Savyasfurti also because he could use left and right brain also. His name was Savyasfurti. And what is the proof of that? During the Draupadi Swayamvar, Arjun, he stands in between a simple place with his head looking downwards and his both legs on the ground or in the air, keeping them stable, and then he hits the target. So he was capable with both the hands and both body parts of like his hands. Then so Savyasachi means right in both ways. So he was lefty and today is Left-Handers Day. So Savyasachi, how to achieve the tag or the pad of Savyasachi? Coordination of heart, hand and head is equal to Savyasachi. Stable, able and balanced. Major meaning of Savyasachi is successful in spiritual and material world also. During the Samudra Manthan, goddess Lakshmi comes out from the ocean. Indra, Rudra, Brahma and all the other gods wait for Lakshmi ji to choose the husband. Lord Rudra tells that, O goddess Lakshmi, come to our Kailash place, me and Parvati will take care of you. But instead Lakshmi ji chooses to marry Vishnu only. What is the secret? Because Vishnu was spiritually and materialistically balanced. So if you stay balanced, you will get the grace of goddess Lakshmi. Hidden secret of Savyasachi. Arjun was also balanced in interpersonal and intrapersonal relationships. Now comes the word Dhananjay. Having won over all the kingdoms and lot of wealth by me, I was in the middle of lot of dhan, wealth. Therefore, I have got the name Dhananjay, winner of wealth. So, these days, people want to get lot of wealth, but aren't able to save it. They are good in using, but not sometimes good in earning. One secret I have shared with you all of getting the grace of goddess Lakshmi. Another secret which Arjun had used. See, Duryodhan had gone to Dwarka first and Arjun had gone later on. Duryodhan was sitting towards Krishna's head, and Arjun, though he came second to Dwarka, stood like a student towards Krishna, towards his feet. As soon as Krishna wakes up, he sees Arjun first. And then Krishna asks to Arjun, Arjun, what do you want? Narayani Sena or Narayan? Whom do you want? Arjun applies the logic of taking Krishna by his side. Look, Lakshmi ji, she is devoted to Krishna. She helps Lord Vishnu in making him feel safe. Kshir Sagar Samudra. She takes care of Krishna. Arjun used this logic. He took the side of Krishna and won Vijay Shri. This is the logic. That's why he is known as Dhananjay. So, smartness of choosing, that is required to get the name Dhananjay. Arjun was pure, and one more thing which gives a hint towards this name is a chaupai related to this. In the Sundarkand of Ramcharitmanas, simple message of this Dhananjay characteristics is being given. Jaha sumati taha sampati nana, jaha kumati taha bipati nidana. Sumati, Arjun was, the meaning of Arjun is pure. Jaha sumati, where there is purity, over there Lakshmi ji comes. Jaha sumati taha sampati nana, not just in normal way, but in huge amount, in unending amount. Jaha sumati taha sampati nana, jaha kumati taha bipati nidana. Look at Duryodhan. He had kumati, so he faced vipatti, bipati nidana, problems all the time. And Arjun was a very nice wealth manager. What logic was used for managing wealth? There is a very nice shlok related to it. Financial advice given in our scriptures. Dharmaya yashasirthaya kamaya swajanaya cha panchada vibhajan vitta mihamutra chamodate. Wealth should be divided in 5 major parts. First, for dharma, religious purpose. Second, for creditfulness, yash. Third, for abhivruddhi, savings account. Fourth, for fulfilling your desires. Fifth, for family members. Free financial advice given in our scriptures. Anyone can go through it without giving any fees. Only pure love to Krishna, that is required. So the one who divides wealth in these 5 major parts lives a happy life on earth and in the heaven also. There are other names of Arjun as well. Savyasachi Dhananjay. One of the name is Shvetvahan. Shvetvahan. Shvet means white. Vahan means vehicle. So Arjun tells to Uttar Kumar that, Uttar Kumar, I always go to war on a chariot with white horses decorated with golden armor and ornaments. The divine chariot with 4 white horses were gracefully given to me by Lord Varun and Agni at Khandov forest. So, what does horse showcase? Hard work. White in a positive way, in a pure way. So, why is Arjun given the name as Shvetavahan? Because he used to work hard in a proper direction. With the guidance of Krishna, all the Brahmins and his teachers and the Vedic scriptures. Because of their guidance and because of their grace, he used to achieve success and got the title as Shvetavahan. So wrong direction gives negative results, but hard work in a proper direction gives success. There is one nice quote of Albert Einstein. If you tell a fish to climb a tree, then for the rest of the life, it will believe that it's a fool. As simple as that. Work in a direction in which you are succeeding in the subject which you like, work on that. You will be Shvetavahan. There are many success mantras given in Bhagavad Gita, in Mahabharata, and in Srimad Bhagavatam also. I would like to discuss them and sum up this talk. One major success key given by Shri Krishna is in the 18th chapter. Krishna says, Adhishthanam tatha karta karanam cha pruthak vidham vividascha pruthak chishta daivam chaivatra panchamam. Adhishthan. To succeed, Krishna tells to Arjuna, Arjun, to succeed, first thing which is required is Adhishthan, environment. Adhishthan. Tatha adhishthanam, tatha karta. Karta means the doer. Karanam cha pruthak vidham. Karanam cha pruthak vidham. Resources. Vividascha pruthak cheshta. Planning. Fifth and the most important reason is Daivam chaiva atra panchamam. Prarthana or prayer. When Krishna had departed and Kali Yuga had started, at that time, when Arjun was returning from Dwarka, at that time Arjun had the Swarup of Dwarikanath with Vajra, and Vajranabh, the grandson of Krishna, was also with Arjun. And that Swarup is still today at Dakur, Ranchod Raiji. That Swarup was being brought to Hastinapur by Arjun. When Arjun was going to Hastinapur back, in the chariot, Vajranabh was with Arjun. Krishna had left this world, but the thieves, they defeated Arjun in a simple war and Arjun had lost. So what was Arjun missing? Adhishthan, Karta, Karana, Cheshta, everything was there. Daiva, luck. There was absence of luck, so Arjun had lost. Another success formula which I had discussed, Swakarmanatam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manava. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Third and most important thing, the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, that also gives success formula. Yatra yogeshwarah krishno yatra partho dhanurdharaha tatra shri vijayo bhutar druvane tirma tirmama. Yatra yogeshwarah krishno. Yogeshwar means grace, krupa. Yatra partho dhanurdharaha. Parth means purusharth, hard work, is equal to tatra shrir vijayo bhutar dhruvanetir matirmama. Hard work plus grace, sadhana plus swadhyay, purusharth and prarthana is equal to grace of God is Lakshmi, victory, glory and complete rule. Tatra shrir vijayo bhutar dhruvanetir matirmama. So hard work plus prayer gives success and happiness which Arjun had received in Dwapar Yuga. So the time is over. Thank you so much.
Now it is a time.
You said five use of wealth.
Yes.
Uh, can you explain about credit and desires?
Credit and desires.
Just explain that.
Okay.
We are clear with dharma, abhivruddhi and family use.
Okay.
Other
So,
two, you please explain.
so first thing is dharma, religious purpose. Third, which I had discussed, was savings account. Fourth is for fulfilling your desires, which you might have which you might have. Fifth one is for your family members. Second one was yash, like family members. Coming to that point, to fulfill the needs of family members. In today's world, I can say home expenses, home expenditure, according to parents, school fees, everything, tuition fees, college fees, and daily requirements, that comes under swajan. And if they sometimes face a health issue, then also in emergency it is required, so that comes swajan. Yash, for credit purposes, that is for your own purpose only, that is another kind of saving account of yours. Yeah.
સાહેબ 99% મુસ્લિમ લોકો કુરાન વાંચે છે, તો હિન્દુમાં આજની પેઢી લગભગ 0% કે ચાલે એમ
0%?
રીડિંગ એટલે 0.2% ખાલી વાંચતા હોય છે આજની પેઢી. તો એ એના એક્ઝિટ માટે શું કરવું પડે?
એ અત્યારે મારથી કંઈ કહેવાય એમ નથી, એ તો થોડી બહુ મોટી બાબત થઈ જશે, એટલે આ ફરી ક્યારેક આપણે ડિસ્કસ કરીશું. આ થોડી હેલ્ધી ડિસ્કશન છે, આ પછી કરીએ આપણે ક્યારેક.
ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ.
Anybody, any question?
Yeah.
Is you think Steve Jobs, or between Steve Jobs and this guy, Elon Musk, who is Arjun? According to you. I mean, between Steve Jobs and this guy, Elon Musk, whom would you consider Arjun?
They both are Arjun in their respective fields.
Yeah. Yes, I feel.
See, one is in technology,
Yes.
and the other one is in space science. So their fields are different, and they are Arjun in their respective fields, I would say.
Even in their lifestyle,
Sorry?
even their lifestyle is like Arjun.
We can say that,
Okay.
and we cannot also.
Yes. Yeah.
See, during Dwapar Yuga, the situation was different. Today the situation is different. But just focusing on their excellence, we can say that they are Arjun in their respective fields. One was in technology, and one is in space science, and his other work. Yeah.
Okay. And another thing is, he rightly said, I'll not go into detail, is how would you make this kind of language survive for a long time?
Sorry?
Not many youths are.
See, one major
Interested
thing.
in this
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I have the answer for that. All we need to do is, and those who are listening, there is just a simple fact. Our culture is not subjected to only, I would say, moksha. Our culture teaches the value of dharma, artha, kam, and moksha. Everything. So, and sometimes the situation is such that we have been taught that scriptures, they just discuss about moksha. No, they teach good values about life also, which we got to learn from Arjun. So if we focus on practical meaning of our scriptures, then definitely our culture will stay alive without a doubt. And special thanks to AMA for conducting this program and for making the title Arjun today's youth icon. If it would have been the title Arjun, an awesome god, then no one would have attended the talk. So if we share the secrets in a practical manner to the youth, in a joyful manner, and tell them that our dharma does not bind us, it makes us free, then our scriptures will stay alive. So I would request every one of you to not only study Gita like a granth of moksha, but study it as a manual of art of living. Studying that way. And one more secret I'll tell you. In Mahabharata it is mentioned, whatever is mentioned in Mahabharata is prevails in the outside world. Whatever is not mentioned in Mahabharata does not prevail in the outside world. Be it Raj Dharma, Apada Dharma, Loka Dharma, Manav Dharma, management. In the end only Bhishma Pitama discusses about kingdom and everything. How to live life, what should be the daily schedule, every single thing, how to study, what to study, all the subjects. There are 1 lakh shloks. I mean, so much research can be done in Mahabharata itself. Well, our life would be, I would need another lifetime to study Mahabharata in depth, I would say. So there is a whole big ocean, Mahabharata. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just last thing.
Yeah.
With this young future generation, what would you like them to follow from now onwards?
Sorry, what would you like them to?
To follow from Gita, because I explain it to her, and I used to tell her stories when she was small. So
Yeah.
she knows these names. Now this just, what do you expect from them and from Gita or Mahabharata, that because they have to work inside, they have to, it's very tough. You see, the life is tough now. You don't have time, right? How is it possible to integrate what you said in their daily life? So is there something to read all the time, or is it you can just, like for example, in those countries where they are coming from, it's been integrated on a daily basis, while here you have to put an extra efforts, right? How is it possible to do it, what you said?
Yeah, see, I have told earlier that the major problem is that our scriptures are being shown or depicted as only the scriptures of moksha. That's the main problem. That's where we are lacking. There is more than moksha in our scriptures. So we should give them lessons related to life, not only moksha. As if I had discussed, like Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishna, which means grace plus hard work is equal to success. So we need to teach them in a much practical manner. Or else if we teach them like you have to abandon all the things and go in the forest, no. That's where problem lies. We need to discuss practical things, logical things. Then only our dharma will stay.
Thanks a
And
lot.
talking about Gita, the first slok of Gita is first word dharma, and last word of Gita is mama. Mama dharma, dharma mama. My responsibility, essence of Gita. My responsibility as a student, as a citizen of this awesome country where Krishna had taken birth, as a brother, as a student, as a friend, in every way. If we follow our responsibility, then we have got the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. In one word or in one line, I would say that.
हेलो सर, आपने एक्सेलेंटली जो गीता में हर एक शब्द का मीनिंग निकाला है और एक्सेलेंटली हमने अंडरस्टैंड किया कि अर्जुन के बारे में। अगर गीता पढ़नी है हमें तो डेप्थ में आपने जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग दी, वो कौन सी गीता सबसे अच्छी है?
बेस्ट मैं कहूँगा, लेट मी मेंशन, मैं कोई भी कंपनी का वो एम्बेसडर वो सब कुछ नहीं हूँ। जस्ट स्टडी के मैटर में मैं कह रहा हूँ, जस्ट मेंशनिंग इट, ऑल द
लेकिन
बुक्स आर ऑसम.
सर हम पढ़ते हैं तो
या,
ऐसे
या.
ही श्लोक हम पढ़ते हैं, आपने जो जो मीनिंग निकाला
यस यस.
वो हमें बहुत ही अच्छा लगा. और अच्छा ऐसा कोई हम ऐसे वो मांगते सजेशन कि कौन सी अच्छी गीता है वो.
जी जी. वैसे क्या है कि गीता की सबसे प्रथम टीका आद्य शंकराचार्य जी ने लिखी थी, तो और वही उसका सीधा अर्थ गीता प्रेस की जो गीता है उसमें प्रकाशित है. तो उसमें आपको ये जो सारे गूढ़ अर्थ है वो प्राप्त हो जाएंगे. तो गीता प्रेस गोरखपुर की जो गीता है मूल अर्थ में है, उसमें आपको अर्थ सब मिल जाएंगे.
ओके.
I don't have any question, but I have one request that here there are lots of people have one question in their mind that what is the future of Sanskrit, and if we want to learn Gita, where we can go. So I request that can you please explain about our institute, what work did by Sola Bhagavad Vidyapit and what work we will do at Sri Vartanto Sanskrit Mahavidyapit. So can you please explain? So there are lots of people have question what is the future of Sanskrit in current world. So I request you.
Yeah. So basically, thank you so much, Dhruv bhai. As I had mentioned earlier that our scriptures are like storehouse of knowledge, and a hidden secret which I had discussed, like whatever is mentioned in Mahabharata exists in the outside world. Whatever is not mentioned does not exist, and it's the simplest truth. And it is been written by Ved Vyas. Ved Vyas, a being, God, who knew past, present, who is still a Chiranjeevi and is able to foresee past, present and future. So this is the secret, and wherever we go, in the end, we'll have to come towards our scriptures only. They will only save us. No one else will be able to properly. So thank you so much, Dhruv bhai. Bhagavad Vidyapit, Sola, over there, still students are studying Sanskrit in a Gurukul Parampara, and with Sanskrit, major lessons of life are also being taught in the Gurukul manner, where students used to learn about, in Gujarati we say bhanatar and ghadtar, both ways. So over there, Vedas, Mahabharata, Puranic scriptures, Sahityic literature books, they are also being taught, and it was founded by His Holiness Shri Krishna Shankar Shastri ji, and still many students have studied over there and are very much happy in their life because of their study of Vedic scriptures, and still many students are studying over there. Yeah. Later on, after this gets over, we'll discuss it. Which kind of confusion? In the 11th chapter of Gita only, Krishna tells to Arjuna, Ma manusmara yudhyacha. Krishna tells to Arjuna, remember me and fight. In every single moment we have to remember. First thing which should be done is remember Krishna, be calm and take the guidance of a guru or a knowledgeable person and an experienced person whom we have faith upon. So with their guidance, we can definitely come out of the confusion. Welcome. Yeah.
I am currently studying in 9th standard.
Yeah.
And whenever I talk about my friends about Gita and our ancient Hindu scriptures, so they told me, આ તો એવું that daddy લોકોની વસ્તુ કહેવાય, અમે આમાં વધારે બિલીવ કરતા નથી. And about this event, I asked to my friends, let's go to him about this event. So when I told the name, Anantkrishna Shastri, કે આ તો કોઈક પંડિતજી આવશે અને વગર કામની ફિલોસોફી ઝાડશે, અમને એમાં કોઈ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ નથી. હવે આ બધું તો માઇથોલોજી કે અમે બિલીવ કરતા નથી એમાં. અને એમને કીધું કે હવે આની સિવાય જો સ્ટીવ જોબ્સ હોય, ઇલોન મસ્ક હોય, કાં તો ભાઈ કોઈ પણ અમેરિકન માણસ હોય, વેસ્ટર્ન કલ્ચર, તો એ તરત આવતા. સો વોટ ઇઝ ધ રીઝન બિહાઇન્ડ ધીસ ઓલ કેઓસ વી કેન સી?
શરૂઆતમાં જ મેં કીધું કે આઈ વુડ સે હું કમ્પેર નહીં કરું, પણ તે જે પ્રમાણે કીધું, સ્ટીવ જોબ્સની સ્ટેનફર્ડ કમેન્સમેન્ટ સ્પીચ હતી, તે જોઈ હશે, વિડીયો જોયો હશે. એમાં જે સ્પીચ બોલે છે ને, એ આખી ગીતા ઉપર સ્પીચ છે. આખું એનાલિસિસ કરે છે ગીતાના શ્લોકો અને સ્ટીવ જોબ્સની સ્પીચ. ટોકિંગ અબાઉટ યોર ક્વેશ્ચન, ડિફરન્સ એટલો જ છે કે આપણે એ લોકો બધા વેસ્ટર્ન કલ્ચરવાળા પ્રેક્ટિકલ અને ઓપન માઇન્ડેડનેસથી ડિસ્કસ કરે છે. આપણે બધા બંધનથી ડિસ્કસ કરીએ છીએ, એટલા માટે પ્રોબ્લેમ થાય છે. એ લોકો પ્રેક્ટિકલ વસ્તુ પર જ ભાર આપે છે, એટલા માટે એ લોકો વધારે સક્સીડ થાય છે.
એનો સોલ્યુશન શું? તમે જેમ કીધું કે આપણા એન્શન્ટ સ્ક્રિપ્ચર્સ જે હતા એ નોલેજનું સ્ટોર હાઉસ હતું, બટ હવે ઢંકાઈ રહ્યું છે ધીરે ધીરે. હવે એને સાફ કઈ રીતે કરવું, એને પ્રેક્ટિકલ એન્ડ રિયાલિટી કઈ રીતે લાવવું, બધાને ખબર પડે કે આપણે કોણ હતા.
સ્ટડી કરીને, ડેફિનેટલી એના ઉપર સ્ટડી કરો, રિસર્ચ કરો અને પોતાના લાઈફ સાથે જોડો. તમે લાઈફ સાથે જોડશો તો વધારે તમને એમાં મજા પણ આવશે. તો ડેફિનેટલી એ બચશે અને ગમશે વાંચવું.
માઇન્ડસેટની વાત છે, માઇન્ડસેટ કઈ રીતે ચેન્જ કરવું?
માઇન્ડસેટ ચેન્જ, ઓ આઈ સોરી, માઇન્ડસેટ ચેન્જ કરવા માટે ક્લેરિટી જરૂરી છે. સિમ્પલ ક્લેરિટી લાવો તો ડેફિનેટલી પ્રોપર બધું તમારું માઇન્ડસેટ થઈ જશે.
ક્લેરિટી કઈ ટાઈપની?
ઓકે, મેં કીધું સ્વકર્મણાતમ અભ્યર્ચ્ય સિદ્ધિમ વિંદતિ માનવ. વોટ ડુ યુ લાઈક ધ મોસ્ટ? તારી સામે ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ અત્યારે 5 પાંડવ ઊભા હોય તો તું કોને ચૂઝ કરે? કોને ચૂઝ કરે તું?
ભીમને.
ઓકે, એ શું છે તારી મગજની?
ગમે છે ભીમ.
બટ એ શું છે? ગમે છે શું છે?
આઈ લાઈક હિમ.
ક્લેરિટી. યુ આર ક્લિયર કે યુ લાઈક ભીમ, એઝ સિમ્પલ એઝ ધેટ. જસ્ટ ફોલો ઇટ. Then why to worry about others?
Yeah, so people are here talking about how, Gita is considered to be something what daddy used to learn and teach, right? So the topic is Arjun, today's youth icon, and what I have learned about him is that he was a Kshatriya, right? Still he knew how to dance and it was considered very taboo at that point of time, right? So the thing is that a person need to be, should have the power of acceptance. You should accept what Gita is, you should accept what he's trying to say. And next time when your friends ask you this question, then you must be prepared because you don't know what is happening. You have never read Gita, have you? So you can only answer when you have read it. If you have not read it, you cannot answer. So the thing is, he can't do anything standing there. All of you, all of us, will have to learn it first to answer, right? As he said about Quran, they are working in majority. All of them are working in majority. We are not in majority. Our parents have not forced us to read anything. That's the point. So it's not his venture. All of us have to be with him. He can be our leader. And we have to follow what he says. So that is how we will move forward. That is how Sanskrit will move forward. Right? So it's really commendable that you coming out here and speaking about our culture. And I think what you are doing is something that I envy. To bring our culture back again in, modern people, they don't care about our culture right now. But you do. You are taking the initiative to come out and bring. And I'm telling you, everyone who brings our culture forward are not Panditjis. They are highly knowledgeable people. You can't even, even I can't even speak sloks like he does. And I am an IT professional. I've been scoring 90 above. I can't do that. So he's like the most intelligent guy out here. Get it?
Thank you.
Thank you, Anantkrishna ji, for giving us very enlightening talk on the subject of Arjun and some of the incidences of Mahabharata. And first of all, I will thank you, all of you, for audience, for giving us or listening Sri Anantkrishna ji very peacefully for more than around 1.5 hours. AMA is also thankful, or Ahmedabad Management Association is also thankful to Mr. Anantkrishna Shastri ji for enlightening us by the medium of Arjun. I am also thankful to management of AMA and director for giving me the opportunity to introduce a speaker, that is Sri Anantkrishna Shastri ji. And I am also thankful to all the staff members of the AMA for supporting this program and let it be conducted in a very nice manner. Thank you everybody.